Hey everybody, it is Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong, and I'm here with my October daily journal. My journal is going to be completely devoted to learning more about Morgan Le Fay. I created the first of a series of pages for us to be able to use if you want cutouts, if you want information, if you want to follow along with me as far as just learning about Morgan Le Fay and the legend, her appearance in the different versions of King Arthur and Merlin and all of that. I've heard of Morgan Le Fay, and my first thought is, of course, she's a witch and maybe a sorceress. I don't know which would be the proper word, but that's the whole point. Several things come to my mind, and then I realize I don't really know that much about her. I'm devoting my entire journal to learning about this. Feel free to download this page and use it. It has a lot of information on it. I'm going to start working from this, and we'll talk about Morgan Le Fay as I work through the journal. This is the first day of October, so you know, here we are. I can't believe it's here. And I am painting black paint, as you can see, over this first page. I had started putting stickers and things into mine because I love Halloween decor, decorations, you know, fun little things in the store. I wanted to show you that a journal does not have to stay the way it starts out. I wanted parts of this page, but not all of this page. I definitely want to have the eye in here. So I'm going to go ahead and paint everything except the eye. And an eye is, you know, they say that is the window to the soul. Also, we hear about the third eye, which is representative of our ability to see things beyond just the everyday. I love all the black in here, and I'm getting pretty close to having this page painted, and we're going to let it dry. This is going to be pretty much my entry for October 1st, you know, just getting this page done the way I want it to be done. This is like the intro page, even though spooky seems a little bit, I guess, like it reminds me of a childish Halloween word in the context of everything else here, but I'm gonna leave it. So the other thing I'm gonna do, this is a beautiful, oh my goodness, this is a beautiful painting by Frederick Sandys of Morgan Le Fay. And I was not that familiar with Frederick Sandys. When I saw his work, I fell in love with it, and then I thought, no wonder. He was part of a pre-Raphaelite brotherhood, and his mentor was Dante Gabriel Rossetti. And everybody, I think, who hangs out here knows that I love Rossetti, and I know some of you do as well. So we have this picture. The things on this page, we're just going to go through it a little at the time, but I do have the painting on here with a little bit about the painting. There are so many details in this. It's harder to see in this little printed image, but there are a couple of owls sitting up here on the top of the loom. And you can see the large loom here, which kind of suggests that she has just created this robe. And the robe is said to be enchanted. It looks like she's applying fire to it. You can see this bowl with the flames. And the close-up, if you can look at a high-resolution version of this, it looks like beads or something on this robe. So I don't know if she is giving it some sort of power, or if she's melting something. You know, sometimes threads, you can sear them so that they don't fray. And of course, you don't want to set the whole garment on fire. But look at the leopard skin. And then the sleeves, we don't see the whole dress. We only see the sleeves, and they are just exquisite. We have the robe, which is like a kimono. It's tied here, and it looks like it's got two layers. We see the yellow and the green, and then there is like a cloak or another robe or some sort of heavy scarf. And you can see all these colors working together throughout. It's just gorgeous, and I want that to be in the front of the journal. That's my favorite picture that I have seen so far of Morgan Le Fay, and just capturing her her power. I think I want to have it on something heavier so that I can write on the back of it. I'm going to move this for just a little bit to let it dry. This should be similar in size. Yeah, that's perfect. I am going to take my ruler here and just tear down that side, tear right across there. We'll put this on this side. I may just use a glue stick to put that into place. And this will be the card that goes into the front of my journal. I can write on this and attach things to it. And I think, let's look at this for just a minute. I'm going to write on the back of this probably, possibly. We've also got this little version here, and I definitely want to keep the information with it because I want to give credit and know who did it. So let's go ahead and cut this out. There's a lot on here to work with. I've already learned so much. You know, the topic, when I first started searching and reading and looking at potential books to read, I thought, my goodness, could I have picked any topic as vague or as broad or as rich or as time-consuming than Morgan Le Fay? No, that's the way I felt at first. And then as I started to learn more and read more, Morgan Le Fay has kind of a vague beginning in history. And her character has evolved so many times and in so many different ways. There's a really large collection of stories, poems, movies, books, historical studies, and then fictional things. Even, you know, Marvel Comics, I think, has gotten into this, you know, portraying Morgan Le Fay. It seems like maybe the first time her name appears in literature that we have documented is about 1150, and that is this Vita Merlini by Geoffrey of Monmouth. She was portrayed as someone completely good, a healer, someone very smart. Over time, her character has changed, and her place in different iterations of this original Morgan have become darker and meaner and more morally ambivalent, as some of the sources say. I like to think of her as a really powerful healer, and I think that's the way I'm going to view Morgan. There are so many different spellings of her name. It's, you know, Morgan Le Fay literally means Morgan the Fairy. So I feel like there's a world of information to uncover. And we will start with this. I feel like I want to do more to this for this very first page. And, you know, we're going to come back to more of this. I don't want to turn this into too big of a video to start with. And I've been trying to think, what colors am I going to use? Am I going to use like just my typical vintage photo, or am I going to go into traditional Halloween colors? And I think, of course, it's going to have to be the Halloween colors. So let's just do some distressing here. Oh, I love that. I feel like she needs some gold. I'm wondering, I know this brush is not meant for this kind of thing, but, you know, whatever. I think it would be pretty to have a little bit of gold, almost like a frame, you know? I did not realize that the pre-Raphaelites were a brotherhood, and they painted in a way that I really love. Several of the ones cited to be in that group are painters whose work I really like a lot. Yeah, that gold is really pretty on there. And I know something else that we need for sure. So that couldn't have worked out any more perfectly. I love her in the front here, and I am really loving this color purple. I happened to come across this while out shopping the other day, and it's just so pretty with the rest of this. Maybe I can fit that in somehow. There's so much more to do in this journal, but this is all I'm going to do for October 1st. Please stay tuned. Come back for October 2nd because we're going to have some more information about Morgan Le Fay and do some more fun art things in the journal. Bye for now.